wood factory, a forklift carried a tall stack of wooden boards. The operator lowered the load close to a worker who was busy with his own task. At first it seemed normal, but when the forklift set the boards down, the stack shifted and touched the worker standing nearby. The scene quickly turned dangerous. Other workers rushed to help, but the load was too heavy. One worker tried using a piece of wood as a lever to lift the stack. Their teamwork was quick, but it also showed how unprepared they were for such emergencies. This reminds us that stacked materials must always be secured before moving or lowering them. Workers must stay away from shifting or suspended loads. Forklift drivers must check stability and keep people clear of danger zones. In emergencies, trained methods and proper tools are safer than improvised efforts. With planning, clear signals, and respect for heavy loads, accidents can be prevented. On another site, a worker standing on the ground was surprised when a heavy metal piece fell from above into his work area. The sudden fall turned routine work into a dangerous event. This reminds us why it's important to secure materials at height and use barriers or safety nets. Falling objects are always a risk, so overhead hazards must be controlled to protect workers below. Inside a bakery, workers were doing end-of-shift cleaning. One worker was wiping around a dough mixer, while another, not realizing cleaning was in progress, switched the machine on. The cleaner was caught in the moving mixer, leading to a serious accident. This shows why lockout tagout is critical, even in food production. Machines must be shut down and locked before cleaning or maintenance. Good communication, clear signs, and proper training can prevent these incidents. A few extra safety steps can keep everyone safe and operations running. On a busy factory floor, a worker tried to walk past a stack of wooden boards that was about to come out of a machine. As he got halfway, the boards were suddenly released with force. The stack pushed forward and trapped the worker. Luckily, the machine operator reacted quickly. He immediately pulled the boards back by reversing the machine, freeing the worker. What could have been a serious accident turned into a close call because of the operator's quick action. This shows why no one should cross in front of running machines or moving loads. Workers must always use proper walkways and wait until machines stop fully before passing. Operators must also stay alert and check that the path is clear before releasing materials. By following safety rules and respecting work zones, accidents can be avoided and both workers and production stay safe. At this industrial site, work continues into the night. A worker stands near an open pit filled with dark liquid. The ground is wet and muddy, the lighting is poor, and the pit has only a low, inadequate railing. As he begins to walk, his feet slip on the slick surface. In an instant, he falls backward over the railing and into the pit, completely submerged. His co-worker at the truck remains unaware. The man does not resurface. This tragedy could have been prevented with proper barriers, adequate lighting, and slip-resistant surfaces. Watch again. The slip happens in a fraction of a second. No warning, no time to react. In hazardous areas like this, every worker must stay alert, and every employer must ensure proper guarding and surface conditions. Lives depend on it. In this machine shop, two workers operate a large lathe. One leans over the rotating machine while it's still running, a critical safety violation. Suddenly, his clothing catches. He's violently pulled in and spun at high speed. His co-worker hits the emergency stop, but it's too late. This horrific accident was completely preventable. Never work on machinery while it's in operation. Always follow lockout tagout procedures. Ensure all guards are in place. The power of rotating equipment is unforgiving. One mistake can cost a life. In this commercial kitchen, a worker operates a large piece of machinery. But when the lid won't close properly, she takes a dangerous risk, leaning deep inside to adjust something. A co-worker walks in, only to witness her in this incredibly hazardous position. One wrong move, and this could end in tragedy. On this factory floor, a worker monitors a press machine going through its normal cycles. Everything seems routine, but the real danger isn't the machine he's watching. Without warning, the pallet stacked with heavy metal materials gives way, sending hundreds of pounds crashing down. He falls backward, narrowly escaping what could have been a fatal accident. In a busy work area, several workers focused on their jobs. One worker was welding carefully on a piece of metal. Another nearby worker sat casually on a gas cylinder, treating it like a chair. Everything seemed normal at first, but suddenly the cylinder began to leak. Gas rushed out with force, making the cylinder move dangerously across the floor. What seemed ordinary turned into a serious hazard in seconds. This shows why gas cylinders must be handled with extreme care. They should never be used as seats or left unsecured. Cylinders must always be upright, capped, and kept away from welding sparks or flames. Regular checks for leaks and proper training are also essential to stop accidents like this. In a brewery, a worker noticed beer leaking from a nozzle. Instead of turning off the pressure or using the right tool, he placed his hand over the leak to stop it. But the pressure was too strong. The liquid burst out harder, making things worse. Not only was the product wasted, but equipment safety was also at risk. This shows why quick fixes are unsafe when dealing with pressure systems. Valves and parts must be properly maintained, and leaks should only be controlled with the right safety steps. Inside a foam storage area, large rolls were neatly stacked while workers inspected them. It looked like another routine day. Nothing seemed wrong, but then one worker got too close to the stacks and carelessly lit a roll. Flames erupted instantly, spreading quickly from roll to roll because of the flammable material. This incident stresses the need for strict fire safety in storage areas. Foam rolls must always be kept away from flames, and workers should never bring fire or sparks near them. In a factory, a worker was running a molding press. While checking a possible issue, he leaned into the machine. At that moment, the press started another cycle, trapping him. Fortunately, the alarm system went off, and a coworker quickly shut the machine down before it got worse. This incident shows why machine guards and lockout tagout steps are essential. No one should lean into a press unless it's fully shut down. Emergency stops and alarms help, but the safest option is always to follow proper shutdown procedures first.